We are back in the kitchen with Chef Laura from Celebrated Cuisine with step 2 of the Asian dumplings that we're making. And the last step, we mixed it all in the food processor.
Yep.
And voila, this is what we have. Voila.
Puree. And now we are going to make the gyoza themselves.
Okie dokie.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Did you say your prayers to the gyoza god this morning?
Okay. Is there a gyoza god?
There is. Call him Gigi. So these are the gyoza. You could also just buy the regular wontons you can find easily at the grocery store.
Okay, and this is what the package looks like.
Yep,
right
I found those at an Asian market, and there's several of those around town. But if you go into the produce section at the grocery store, you'll always find the little square off-white ones.
Right.
Those are absolutely fine to use as well.
Okay, but the vegetable has a little bit more flavor.
Well, and it has a little color to it. So,
I like it.
So what I do when I make these, because they will start to dry out, is I kind of spread them out a little bit. So you're going to get to go to town with me on this. So we're going to make these. I think I have 10 here that we'll make. Okay. And what you want to make sure you have out is a little portion scoop. That's for making sure they're all the same, so they all cook at the same rate. Okay. You need to have a little ramekin or a little bowl of water. Okay. This is going to be our culinary glue, and I'll actually end up putting them right on the sheet tray. But I dusted the sheet tray with just a tiny bit of cornstarch, just so that it doesn't stick. Okay. So then what we do is we just take this and we plop some right in the center. Okay. Plop is the appropriate term to use, and I'll have you start plopping and just make sure they're even in amount. And once you have some plopped in the center, that's perfect. You're going to take your fingertip, dip it in your water. I'll have you do this one right here so I can start with that. And then you're going to take this, take your finger, just go all the way around the outside.
Because that's the glue.
That's the glue, but you don't want to make it so wet that it becomes gummy, okay? Then you're going to lift up the gyoza just like this, and you're just going to actually push that down a little bit, so maybe go a little bit less, just a tiny bit. But now what we're going to do is we're going to seal this shut, okay? Just like that. We make a little purse out of that, okay?
Bring it on. Watch this. Move over, Laura.
I will.
Andy's in the house.
And we do these. We do a lot of these for our events that we do for our clients.
And I bet you can get pretty fast.
We do get pretty fast. As a matter of fact, my sous chef was teasing me last time I made them. I did like 60 in about 10 minutes, and I was just, dancing through the kitchen. There was a result. I was feeling pretty darn funky.
Look at oops.
See, it's.
Did I screw it up already?
No. What you just want to make sure it doesn't happen is you don't overstuff, and then you turn your hand like making that fortune cookie thing we used to do when we were little with paper.
Well, mine doesn't look perfect.
But it looks great though.
Mine looks like an airplane.
You know what? That's fine.
Look at that.
So now you can say you had fun with gyoza. So we're going to go ahead and try this again.
All right.
Because practice makes perfect. But what I really encourage people to do is not have more than 10 out at a time. Because like I said, the dumpling wrapper will start to dry out.
What if it does dry out?
Well, it just it starts to crack, and then you have a hole in your dumpling, and as a result, you can't sear it because it's all going to fall apart.
Do you think maybe I put too much
a little, maybe just a tad, but you know what? It's okay because it pops out and you can just squeeze it off.
Okay.
Okay. So there's another, and we'll do another.
All right. So are we going to do all these, or is there a next step we should get to, or do you want to just keep doing
So now what we can do is we're going to get our pan hot right here.
Okay.
And we're going to get ready to sear these off. Okay.
Sear them off.
Sear them off. We're going to sear them, and then we're going to steam them, because when we sear them first, we actually get a nice crust on the bottom of the gyoza. Okay. So my pan's going to be hot in about a second. See, when there's less filling, it just comes right there. So what we'll add to the bottom of the pan is we're going to add a little bit of oil to get it to shimmer.
I'm making my own design as we go along.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you can fold them over into triangles if you want to.
I think that it'd be easier to make them look like a taco. Don't you?
A taco. Then we're truly making fusion cuisine.
This is going to be a taco because check this out. Look how much easier it is to just do this. Voila.
Okay, so if you do that, though, we still want to have, which is fine, you just want to make sure you flatten it on the bottom a little bit so that we can still get a nice crust on the bottom, okay? And if it starts to gap open, just like that, just get a little more of your water.
And then push it down?
Yep, and then you can make it look just like that.
Oh, yeah, that's so much easier.
That's totally fine. So here, do a few more because that was good for you. And then my oil's getting hot now.
All right.
What we're going to do, and this will happen while we're on our break, but I'm going to put these in and we're going to start searing them.
Okay.
When they get nice and golden, then I'm going to add some water. So we'll do that.
Perfect. All right. Well, here, you make your tacos, your pork tacos, and we'll be back to get the last step of this when we come back.
Absolutely.
All right. You can get a hold of Chef Laura. We want to let you know where you can call her at, Celebrated Cuisine, and the number is right there on your screen, 480-460-2102.